What's going on, everyone? I am Larry the Batman fan. I am back with another video. So, an interesting topic. Oh, by the way, if you hear that, this is my fan. It's been really hot out lately, so I've had to keep this fan on. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. There's nothing I can really do about it. So, an interesting topic came to mind, and this was on the PS5 shooting games that I have. Some of them are first-person shooters and others are third-person shooters. I'm going to go over a lot of them today in this video. There are not very many videos on this particular subject on YouTube. I see some YouTuber called Games Keynet was talking about some PS5 shooter games, which was nice, but besides him, there's some other YouTube channels that have talked about PS5 stuff. They label it PS5 first-person shooters or third-person shooters, but a lot of them really aren't for PS5. Like Borderlands 3, that game is not on PS5. That is a PS4 first-person shooter game, okay? Maybe a little bit of RPG elements in that game as well, because there's some looting going on in that game and talking, and the talking usually involves making a decision, kind of like Mass Effect. The Mass Effect trilogy, which apparently some people have said is on PS5, may be a digital thing, but we're talking about physical games, not digital crap. Originally, that game was on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, the Mass Effect games, 1, 2, and 3. They were not on PS5. And the BioShock collection is a PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch game, not a PS5 game. And originally was a Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 game. The three games, BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. So they are not what I would call this current gen. But I will say that I do have a few games in here that are cross-gen because they released them on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. We'll talk about some of the PS5 games. And a lot of these that I have here are exclusive. Or they're on Xbox Series X, but they're not on the previous consoles like PS4 or Xbox One. Trepang 2. What's interesting about this is I honestly thought this was a sequel to the game. You know? So I was looking for Trepang 1 because I like to go in order when I play my games. You know? But there is no Trepang 1. Isn't that crazy? The developers decided that the name Trepang wasn't enough for the game, so they had to put a 2 in front of it, which will really confuse the hell out of people. I know it confused the hell out of me. I had no fucking clue that there was no Trepang 1, so I had to do my research to find that out. I've been playing this as of yesterday. I finally got around to playing it a bit, and for what I did play, I was enjoying it. It's got some stealth in it, and it's also a first-person shooter, but you start out, you're like a criminal in like the orange vest, top and bottom, which is basically you're an inmate. Back in the day it was white and black. Well, basically what happened is you committed some sort of crime or whatever, and you ended up, you know, arrested. And that's what it says right here. You have no memories of your post-life, but have been infused with supernatural abilities. That's telekinesis. Revenge is on your mind, and you'll stop at nothing to get what you want. Delivering devastating punches, sneak around in the shadows to get by, wield explosive weapons, give your former captors a taste of their own medicine. And that's what you do in this game. You're being hunted because you escape a prison, and then you eventually gain some abilities like telekinesis powers to like throw your enemies across the room and stuff, or grab them and do damage and stuff. It's a very interesting game. Definitely a science fiction first-person shooter, but it's done really well. The graphics look great. Yeah, I really can't stress it enough that Trepang 2 is a great game. It's definitely one that you want to check out if you have a PS5. I highly recommend it. 41 Hours is basically a game where there's this guy, your wife goes missing, and you have like a robot that you team up with to help you find your wife. But there's all these robots and aliens that are out there that are on a murderous rampage, and you're basically trying to defend yourself. And the one robot helps you out in the game. I forgot her name, but the main character's name is Ethan. And it has a comic book style art to it that I thought was very cool, for a video game. I mean, I am a comic book fan, but it is nice to see that in the cutscenes. And the gameplay is fun, and I like the graphics. There are some game reviewers out there that said the graphics didn't look that good. I think they need to have their eyes checked, because from what I saw, the grass and the excuse me, the plains, that's plains, and the trees and environments just look gorgeous, you know what I mean? They look really good. So I don't know what they're talking about when they said that it sucks, or the graphics don't look that good. They do look good. I just couldn't get very far in this from what I was playing. I'm gonna get back into this and get further, but it does seem like the environments are really big, and you start out with no ammo in the game, which doesn't make any sense. Why don't I get ammo? So you have to go around finding the ammo and killing deer for food and stuff, and looting things. You find shit and you take shit, basically. From what I played, I thought it was decent from what I had played so far. But that was only like an hour, so I need to get more into this. But some people have said that this wasn't a very good game. But from what I played, I think it's okay. I don't mind it for a first-person shooter. RoboCop Rogue City is a great PS5 first-person shooter. I was very amazed by this game. I have not beaten this game yet, but I've gotten far, and I will say I enjoy it. You do have a cop friend that helps you out in the game, a partner, a female cop, which is nice. And her AI in the game is not stupid like it is in like games like Brink. So she's actually helpful. She shoots the bad guys and takes them out, instead of just blindly shooting and missing. So her AI in this game is good. Graphics look damn gorgeous. The gameplay is fun. The shooting in the game works. The enemies, there isn't a ton of enemies in the game, but you get like the same character models here and there. So there could be a little bit more enemy variety, I feel. But overall, that doesn't really bother me, because the game actually plays well. And the game is fair and balanced. So that's what you need in a game. Especially a first-person shooter, that the AI is not stupid. The AI will shoot you down and destroy you. The AI is not an incompetent moron, like it is in like games like Brink. So it actually ended up being a very big surprise that it's a great first-person shooter game on the system. And the game has dropped in price as of recently. It's around a $20 to $30 game. It's definitely worth picking up for that price. I got this for my brother for Christmas. I'm really glad he got it for me. I still have to beat it though. I haven't finished the game. I got far. Got to this one area where there was this door, and I couldn't get through there, and I went the other way, and I couldn't get through there either. So I got to figure out how I progress in the game, because you split up with the female cop. Oh, also you do get to pick up some ammo in the game, which helps because you do run out of ammo, but thankfully it's scattered throughout the levels from guns, and you can pick up guns from other characters, the bad guys in this game. So that was nice. I mean, in 41 hours it just seemed like the ammo was pretty scarce, whereas here it's not scarce. It's easy to find and pick up. But watch out for enemies though, because when you start picking up another gun, they're still shooting at you. You know, you only have a certain amount of health, and then you die, and you have to start over. And as far as I recall, the only annoying thing about this game was the checkpoints. I mean, you had to really get far in this game in certain levels to get to the checkpoint area. If you die before the checkpoint area, you go back to the beginning of the level. That pissed me off. That was a little bit frustrating. But other than that, this game's great. I definitely loved it. It's a 9 out of 10. Severed Steel is another first-person shooter game. My brother got this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. And from what I played, it's pretty damn hard. I mean, my gosh, there's so many enemies in this game shooting at you. You can die easily in this game. I did make it past the first level, though. But after that, I couldn't get very far. Excuse me. But from what I play, I really enjoyed this game. I think the character you play as in this game is interesting. Female protagonist, kicks ass, man. And just constant ways that enemies in the game. The shooting is good. It's just a great game. You know, the environments are destructible. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. From what I played of it, it was really good. Now here's a contender for one of the best games on the PS5, period. This game was beautiful looking. It's a third-person shooter where you play as this lady who is an astronaut, but unfortunately her spacecraft gets hit and she ends up on some sort of island with bugs around in the area and these giant like spiders and other creatures and shit. It's really good. It just has one major flaw. If you get very, very far in this game, right, and you die just 3 times, you go back to your spaceship. Even if you got almost to the end of the game. I did not like that. That really annoyed me. That pissed me off. That frustrated me. And I got far. I did not beat this game, but I got far. But because of that reason, it brought it down from like a 10 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. Because that's just frustrating. I hate when games make you backtrack like that. Especially if the backtracking send you all the way back to the beginning of your fucking ship. Like, that just fucking sucks. Okay? Like, I hated that. That was just so annoying. And then you try to get further into the game and you end up doing worse than you did before. You know, so that was frustrating. But the levels, I digress. The levels were beautiful looking. The enemies were not stupid in this game, and if they see you, they start firing these projectiles at you. I'm not sure what they are, but they're these little bubbles that if they hit you, they damage you. But it was really good overall, really fun. I like the sci-fi aspect in the game. Sci-fi stuff is cool, in my opinion. Yeah, overall, I like Returnal. I think this is a really good game. it's just a shame that that one thing sets it apart from being a 10 out of 10. Far Cry 6 I have not even gotten into yet. I bought this years ago with my PS5, but I never played it yet because I'm still stuck on Far Cry 3. I'm way behind on this series and need to catch up. So until I do, I will not be playing this game. But I have seen some gameplay on it. This guy is evil, and he holds a bunch of people captive in the beginning of the game. In fact, he even kills one of their people just to make a point. Yeah, and he sends them to do these fetch quests and missions and stuff. But you have no plans of serving them. You have plans to destroy them. But he doesn't know that, and you want to keep it that way. That's what I gathered from seeing gameplay of this on YouTube here. But it's a good first-person shooter series, and it makes sense why they continue making Far Cry games because of how innovative they are and how different they are from Call of Duty, which is the same crap every single time. Just they added a zombie mode in certain Call of Duty games. It's like the only thing that really stands out for Call of Duty, because all the other things with Call of Duty is basically just shooting, military people. It's not innovative like this is. This, you do get to shoot deer, and there are snakes that attack you in this game too that you have to kill, and bears. So at least it has some innovation. Better than Call of Duty. On the topic of Call of Duty real quick, there is a few Call of Duty games on the PS5. I don't own any of them because they're all online only, and I don't have an online connection in this house for some reason. So there's no point in getting it. But I know there's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Call of Duty Vanguard, which I heard was a piece of shit game, and Call of Duty something. Call of Duty Black Ops 5 maybe. There's about 5 or 6 on the PlayStation 5. Oh wait, no, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That's what it is. I don't know if that's the same as the one for the PS3, like being a remake or whatnot, or if it's its own game. But it's probably just a remake of the old game that was on PS3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii. Hired Gun. This was a great first-person shooter. Man, and you get a dog that actually can follow your commands and kill people. A vicious dog, like a pit bull type of dog. Just brutal. There's tons of shooting in this game. Bullets fly all over the place in this fucking game, and it's just amazing. Definitely don't play this game on hard, because you will get your ass kicked. I could not play this game on hard. It's just too damn hard. I play it on easy or medium to get through this game, and I really liked it. I like the environments. I think the graphics at times kind of drop. They aren't the greatest at times, but then again, there are times where it's really good. I remember this being one part of the game where I was really struggling to get through because all these bullets were flying everywhere. So I had to kind of move forward a little bit and then take cover behind a little platform. Move forward a little bit and then take cover again. Kind of like that, And then just sort of pop out and shoot things. But I really liked it. I thought it was good. It's not exclusive to PlayStation 5, though. It's also on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Okay, we got Aliens Fireteam Bravo. This is good. I like this game, but it has one problem. You cannot pause this game whatsoever. So if you gotta take a piss and you gotta go to the bathroom really bad, good luck, because you're gonna die. You're gonna go to the bathroom, take your piss, come back, and then you're gonna be dead. And have to start all the way over from the beginning of that level. That just was annoying. If you make a game, especially in this year, I mean, this game came out like 3 years ago, I think it was, 2023 or something. I honestly did not buy it when it first came out because it was $70. I waited for the price to drop. I waited like a year, and then I finally picked it up because I'm not paying $70 for a game. And I bought it for like 25 or 30. But anyways, if you have a game where you have no pause button whatsoever, that is just not fair. That is bullshit. Because, especially in a third-person shooter game like this, where the aliens attack you and stuff, and you're a military guy, it's just not fair at all. Okay, and there are other shooting games that are here, and they all have a pause button. So if they had a pause button, all these games I have here on the floor, why the hell didn't this one have a pause button? Just not fair. There were some enemies that you could just bypass in this game without even having to fight them. That was strange, but at sometimes, I think that that's okay, because if you're getting your ass handed to you by some like aliens, creatures in this game that are just annoying to kill or defeat, then being able just to move past them, get through a door, the door closes and they don't follow you through, I'm okay with that. Some people found that to be annoying. Some people thought that sucked. I honestly wasn't really bothered by that personally, because if I'm having to look through walkthroughs and gameplays videos of this game just to find out how I'm supposed to get through that level to defeat that boss, then that just makes it a chore to play. But being able to escape past them and then just get through it and move to the next level was okay in my opinion. But I understand why some people didn't like that. This game's an 8 out of 10 overall. It's nothing more than an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I only saw one of the Aliens movies, the second one. I haven't watched any of the other Alien movies. They're too violent for me. But yeah, that one thing really, really did annoy me with the not being able to pause the game. And I had times where I had to go to the bathroom and I could not pause the game. And when I came back, it said, "You have died," or "You're dead." And I had to start the beginning of the level all over again. Pain in the ass. Real pain in the ass. Atomic Heart is a really great game. I tried to get this on Christmas, or a little after Christmas, from GameStop, but they didn't have any used copies at the time. I ended up getting it, I think it was 6 or 7 months after that time. I think this was back in 2023 or 2024. Around that time. Give me a second. I gotta take a swig. Because GameStop had no used copies of it, And the game was really expensive, so I waited for the price to drop. And then when the price dropped to about $30, I decided to pick it up. It plays just like BioShock, and I do love me some BioShock. The BioShock games are great. So I picked it up, and I have not played it yet, unfortunately. I'm looking forward to getting into it and playing it. But I've seen gameplay on it. It does look great. Looks like a lot of fun. Fortnite. This is depressing, because it never came with a disc. It was a download code only. But I downloaded the game with Joseph's help, and I don't like Fortnite. I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. Sorry. I just didn't care for it. There's too many problems with Fortnite. You know, I will admit it's creative though that you can create your own platforms in the game. You could be like way up in the sky to get away from certain people that are shooting at you. This is a third-person shooter, by the way. This is not a first-person shooter. And, you know, that was creative. The weapons in the game are definitely interesting. I mean, look at those weapons there. You get all sorts of weapons. So that was cool. There are bombs that you can throw on the ground, and, you know, these mines that you can set up that don't really start shooting at the character until, like, character starts running by. So Fortnite does some creative things, but in no way, shape, or form is it as good as something like Team Fortress 2, which was back on PC and later on got a port to Xbox 360. It's not as good as that, to be honest with y'all. But there are still followers to this very day for Fortnite and Minecraft and even Resident Evil, even though Resident Evil is not really a shooter. It's more of a survival horror game. But, you know, I understand its legacy. I'm just not a big fan of it. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. I played it for a little while and then I put it down. Had too much going on with sniping and I couldn't really get much into it. I have the first one on PS4 that I got with some birthday money years ago. I still gotta play that one. I like to play in order, so I gotta start with that one. I did pop this in a bit and played it a little bit though. From what I played, I mean, if you like sniping games, I mean, it is a first-person shooter, but if you like to snipe a lot, then this is great. If you don't, then you're not really going to enjoy this game. It'll be a chore to play. Then we got Back 4 Blood. This game sucks. It's not a very good game at all. It requires internet too. You gotta play this game online. I don't know if you can see that, but it says requires internet for online gameplay. You know, it is a bad version of Left 4 Dead. Jackal Goldkick talked about this. We did a collab video years ago, like 2 years ago, of the worst games we played, and this was one game he mentioned. I actually agree with him on this. This game was bad. It had potential, but ultimately it failed. It was a bad version of Left 4 Dead. There was too many weapons. It was too complex. There was nothing really innovative about it. The levels and zombies in the game looked decent, but that's about it. You know, the gunfiring didn't even really sound that great, to be honest with you. Yeah, this game really sucked. It ripped off Left 4 Dead and it did it bad. It did poorly. I know that game is also available on PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X as well. So it's another game that's a multi-platform game. Deathloop is an interesting science fiction shooter. Plays this guy, wakes up on a seaside shore, and then you're trying to figure out what happened. You remember your name, but that's about it. And you have only a certain amount of time to meet up with your rival assassin. Has a lot of time warping, going through portals and stuff. It's a really interesting game, to be honest with y'all. And it's a good first-person shooter that you really should check out. And it's had its price drops. This game was originally $60, I think, or $70. But now is the time to pick it up because it's cheap. It's about $20 now, I think, on eBay, or maybe you could get a copy on DK Oldies if you wanted to do that, or GameStop.com, or just go to GameStop itself and buy it there. Yeah, it's good. There is a lot of cursing in this game, though. So keep that in mind. My Christian viewers out there should know that there is a lot of cussing in this. In fact, I was turned off by the cussing God in this game. I really was. I had a hard time getting through it with that in there because they were using GD in that game. They were really abusing that word, that and the F word. So just keep that in mind. And it is also very violent and bloody too, but and there's drug reference in there too, as you can see, sexual themes. I don't know about the sexual thing. I didn't see anything sexual about it, but blood, yes, and violence and language, yes. And there is some smoking in the game. Just to warn y'all. Rainbow Six Extraction. I was excited to get this game. I like the Tom Clancy games. I couldn't play this game because it's online only. See? So I fired it up, downloaded or popped it in, let it download, and then I wanted to play it. I said, you need to connect to the internet. So I was like, ugh, I can't play it, fortunately. So I've never played it. WW1 Isano Italian Front. There's another one of these. It's called Eastern Front. Surprisingly, that one I've heard doesn't need internet connection. This one I thought did not need an internet connection either, but I was wrong because it does. Because when I popped the game in, it said you need to connect to the internet. Why the hell doesn't it say that on the front box? I could not play this game. Got this one for free though, as I recall, because GameStop around the holidays they had a buy two get one free, and my brother was going to get me a PlayStation 5 game for Christmas that year, like 2 years ago. But because they had the buy two get one free deal, he said I could get that deal because you get one for free. But I couldn't get Atomic Heart, and they didn't have RoboCop Rogue City at the time. So I ended up with this, Immortals Phoenix Rising and Severed Steel in its place. So I ended up with two of the games I really wanted and one game that I had to choose, but I had to look long and hard because there were a lot of games on PS5 I wasn't really interested in, like Riders Republic and Game Falls Flat, or Human Fall Flat, whatever that name of that game is. That game didn't interest me, so it's just an example. So I had to settle for that, but I can't play it because it requires an internet connection. And this game I got last year for my Christmas, one of my Christmas gifts from my mother, and it's called Arc Runner. It's a third-person shooter game. I have not played it yet, but I am looking forward to eventually getting into this game and playing it. It does have a lot of portal transferring. You can see that right there. The graphics do look good. It reminds me of Tron in a way, honestly, with the way their suits are and the way the game plays. The gameplay is good. I've seen gameplay on it on YouTube, and it's definitely an interesting game that I'm looking forward to getting into. We'll eventually play this. I heard this is one of the only ways of playing it physically on a disc. I don't think they put this on anything else. It's digitally, but it's the only physical way. It's PS5, and it's not on PS4 either, which is interesting. They did not put it on PS4 or Xbox One. There is a few other first-person shooter games and third-person shooter games I want to mention before we end this video. You're going to stare at my Mario poster here and my TV for the rest of this video. Excuse me. There's a game called Corvus, which was a cross-gen release. I think that's a third-person shooter, and it does have some flying aspects in it. That is on PS5 as well. There's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if that's a remake or not from the original version, which was on like the original Xbox. But or it might have been the PS4. There was one on the PS4 as well, but it's not the same game. It's a different game because the levels and environments are different. But that is also on PS5. It might be a cross-gen thing though. It might be on PS4 as well. There's a game with these monsters. It's called Galactic something, Galactic Robot or whatever. That I heard is a first-person shooter game that looks interesting. It's got some sci-fi aspects in it. You're playing as like a beast in that game, and you're going around shooting stuff. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's Resident Evil, but I don't really count Resident Evil as a shooter because it's scary. Same thing with Silent Hill. It has combat in it, but it isn't a first-person shooter. Yeah, I wonder what else. Oh, there's a game called WW1 Eisenberg Eastern Front, which I was just talking about a moment ago. That is also available on PS5. I have a copy of that coming in the mail very soon. And that's a shooting game. And that looks great. It's a World War One shooter. Yeah, and like I said, you got your Call of Duty games on the PS5. They did do a Uncharted Legacy Collection, which is exclusive for PS5. But if you've already played Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on, well, 4 being on the PlayStation 4 originally, and Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 for the PlayStation 3, then there is no reason to pick up Uncharted the Legacy Collection because it's just basically a remaster of the first 4 games on PS5. So, in my opinion, it is not really worth the money. There is also Grand Theft Auto 6, which I know ties in with driving, but it is a third-person shooter game that is supposed to be coming out. It's been delayed several times, but it has not come out yet, and I don't know when it's coming out, but they're saying that it's going to come out around the holidays, around November or so, but who knows, with Rockstar keeps delaying that game. A lot of people that are Grand Theft Auto enthusiasts are pissed off that they keep delaying that game. I don't know why they keep doing that, but they're jerking their customers around. They need to make a physical release for that game, not make it just digital only. Collectors out there want the physical game. I would want the physical game myself. I'm a collector. I mean, look at those games right there. Look at the games over here on my shelf. See all these games? Physical. I want physical media, damn it. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed, but it should be coming out hopefully soon. And it is a third-person shooter. I do count Grand Theft Auto as a shooter. There's also Sniper Elite 5, and I think Sniper Elite 4 was also on PlayStation 5 as well. But Sniper Elite 4 is a cross-gen game because it's also available on PlayStation 4, and I think it's also on Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. So it's a multi-platform game, but it's a sniping game. It is a third-person shooter, and it's definitely one that I had to mention here because it's part of the first-person or third-person shooter games. There may be a few others. There may be a few others out there for PS5, but these are the ones I wanted to talk about, and these are the ones that I know about. So if I missed any, please don't hound me about it, or please don't say, well, why did you miss this game? Why did you miss that game? Please be humble and respectful, and remember, I'm going by what I know. If you do know of any other shooter games on the PS5, please type it down in the comments below and let me know. And anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this 40-minute video, and I will catch you on the next one. God bless you all. Take care. I am Larry. I am your host, Larry the Batman fan. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.